Live from the studio of his parents' basement, the Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Krause, and today we have a very special guest, Braden Embry-Reeves. Welcome to the podcast. Braden, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who are you, and why are you here today?
I'm here to review the latest Spider-Man film, the latest iteration, No Way Home. And I have known Mason here for the past, since about 2018, I
Yes,
think.
we have.
And I was in his school productions that he had directed. I was first in Noosa's Off, where I portrayed Reginald the Butler, was it?
You know what? It's been a long time.
Jesus
It's been a long time. But you have been in a few theater productions that I directed that you acted in. You did a great job, and I've known you since 2018, and this is a long time coming. You're finally on the podcast.
Yep, I'm excited to be on here.
Cash, what are we reviewing today?
Today, we are reviewing a special film. It brings our childhood, mind you. Braden, you're a little young.
Yeah.
So
I've been a fan since the Raimi films.
Okay. Well,
look
then.
at that. Okay.
Yeah, get owned.
Yeah, so Spider-Man No Way From Home. It's here, the finale, and it's bringing back everyone.
Everyone
you wanted, everyone you kind of didn't want either. They're in this too.
Everyone's in it.
Everyone is in it.
You get a cameo.
Except for Giamatti's Rhino. He did not make an appearance. They did briefly bring him up.
In like a weird, he's going to break the dimension. He's going to come in. And it was like a silhouette of him.
Yeah.
It was the cock block that you wanted.
Exactly.
Honestly.
But you never want a cock block, but if it's going to happen, it's got to be a Giamatti cock block.
There we go. There's no better cock block.
Braden, what is your history of Spider-Man? You a big fan? You talked a little bit about the Raimi films.
When I was growing up, Spider-Man was my obsession. It was after the Wiggles and just before Nintendo games.
Oh, it was post-Wiggles era?
Post-Wiggles, man. I went to their concert. I had all the fucking merchandise. I had every individual shirt. My aunts and my mom got me each a shirt. I had all the merchandise. I had the big red car. I had Dorothy the dinosaur.
What was your favorite Wiggle? I know it's a tough question.
Fucking beats me. At least it wasn't the Teletubbies. At least it wasn't the Teletubbies.
My sister loved the Wiggles. I still appreciate the Wiggles. They had good tunes every now and then.
They did.
Yeah.
They dropped some fire
heaters.
beats.
Yeah, for sure. But me and Braden are both in Spider-Man colors.
Yeah, I got my Spidey suit all decked out. I need a little bit of blue, but I think I'm in
the official Have You Seen It podcast merchandise, which we will plug here. You're welcome. Yeah. Okay. I knew what I was saying. You were setting me up to fail there over there, Cash. I know what you were doing.
Yes. But yeah, I don't even know where to start from this one. This film made me feel all kinds of ways.
It was an emotional roller coaster.
It was very good, of course. Everyone's talking about it. It's breaking records for over, it says 587 million, but that's worldwide.
Right, that's worldwide. But in the United States, third biggest opening weekend at $253 million.
Yeah, and you got to think if everything wasn't going on how it's going on, it would have
been the
jumped at 300.
Yep.
I think the only two bigger are Endgame and Infinity War.
And I think this one probably would have surpassed both of them had we not been in a pandemic.
Yeah, we still have Sunday. I mean, Sunday is winding down, but when we're recording this.
Funny enough, I went and saw Nightmare Alley this morning. The theaters were packed. And I'm telling you right now, Nightmare Alley wasn't packed, but it's everyone seeing Spider-Man.
Yeah, they're saying this is the one that's going to bring people back to theaters. But what did you guys think about it? Let's go around the table. Mason?
I'll start. Yeah, awesome on every spectrum, dude. This was so much fun to start to finish. There were some really emotional moments. I thought, you know what, the biggest takeaway from this, obviously, when you bring back Willem Dafoe, right?
Of course.
As Green Goblin, you bring back Alfred as
Molina, of course,
Dr.
as
Otto
Doc
Octavius.
Ock. Like, you're going to get a great film, but the acting from Tom Holland, from Zendaya, some of the best acting I've seen. Like, Tom Holland is actually a really, really good actor, man. Like, he crushed it. But no, I had fun from start to finish. And this film is sitting currently at 148 minutes. That shit flew by for me. When this
Same
film was
here.
over, I was like, wow.
It was pitch dark when I came out of there, and I was at 420.
Yeah, the 420 showing?
Yeah.
It's a great showing. It's the only showing I'll go to these days.
Yeah.
That's Braden. What did you think about it?
I personally thought it was great. I liked it for the nostalgia factor. Dude, I was shitting my pants when I saw Tobey Maguire. I mean, the theater,
Tobes
I mean,
McGurr.
the theater had very little people, but people were fucking cheering when those two came on. I mean, there was a little bit of some squealing for Andrew, but then when Toby came on, holy fucking shit, I was screaming at the top of my lungs, yeah, woo, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I actually scream. Okay, when Andrew Garfield called, here's the thing. When I went to this theater Saturday, 8:30 p.m., after every single trailer, the whole theater was applauding.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
It was so funny. Devin Davis, he
Yeah.
said, this is the widest, and he said it so loud. And, obviously Devin's black, and he was like, this is the widest theater I've ever been to. And the theater laughed, bro. Everyone thought that was super funny.
He should have went to Nightmare Alley.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that would be a little bit wider than Spider-Man.
No, but dude, everyone was clapping after every trailer. And then obviously every single big reveal, there was an audience applause.
I went to a packed theater, but for some reason it was like older people and younger kids because no one was getting the memes when they memed hard.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
I was the only one
exactly.
who got up and just slow clapped at that part. And no one, when he said that, oh my God, dude, my head was about to fucking explode.
I'm a bit of a scientist.
I'm something of a scientist myself. He said it. But yeah, man, they were doing it all. But it wouldn't have been enough just to bring these characters all together. The story was amazing. How they brought them in, and the writing was so good. It make you feel like they had this planned all along since 2002. Obviously didn't, but they just brought it. They just brought it all together perfectly. But I love the idea of him having to try to cure all the villains before they went off. I thought that was perfect because they all had the perfect ailments of trying to cure them. Besides Sandman, who I felt was really just tacked on.
He was underused. I mean,
Sandman and Lizard.
Yeah, Lizard was underused too, big time. But But again,
you can. I mean, people are there for a reason.
I was there for Alfred
Doc Ock.
Molina and Willem Dafoe.
well,
okay,
guys,
let's
it could have been worse. You could have had a Topher Grace's Venom appear in the film.
Yeah, that's very true too. Which
That was so fun.
I'm good.
My friend Cruz,
Yeah.
texted me right after because we were huge Spider-Man. Anyone from our
Generation.
born in the early 90s, grew up with Spider-Man. But he immediately texted me. I'm like, man, I thought for sure Topher Grace's villain was going to be the sixth villain at the very
At the very end.
Everyone would have been like, wait, who's that guy again? The guy from that 70s show is a Spider-Man villain?
Smoking doobies with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah,
or
but
something like that.
thank God they didn't go that way. I thought for sure they were going to introduce a sixth villain at some point.
That's what I thought too. Sinister Six. I figured they
Sony
would've.
is saving that
They
to
are.
do a shitty Sinister Six with Mobius, fucking
Morbius.
yeah, whatever his name is.
Jared Leto, the PG-13 Sony Morbius, might I add. Which Morbius, Venom, all should be rated R. I don't get what they're doing.
Oh yeah, any of it. Blade's gonna end up being PG-13.
That's gonna
They're
piss
making
me
Blade?
off. They're remaking it.
course,
Yeah.
Huh, odd.
Yeah, but the story, anyways, I thought it was so clever how they did it, and they did kind of everything in reverse this time. It started out slower than I think most Marvel films did, but once it got building, it took off. It started out like it was an origin story, which it kind of was because they ended up killing off. I mean, we're going to get into spoilers.
Yeah, we are. There's a lot of spoilers, guys. So if you have not seen the film, turn this podcast off. Come back to it after you've seen it.
But they did the reversal of killing off Aunt May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed a lot. I thought it was clever how they did it.
Honestly,
It was clever, but I was
Is there no Uncle Ben?
No,
in this
Uncle,
universe?
I know that's the thing that was pissing me off. I mean,
I didn't know that.
People say that you got to make some changes here and there, but it's like he's essential to why Peter's a superhero in the fucking first place, and it feels like it's just thrown into the dirt when you have Aunt May taking it. Just, I mean, sure, maybe you get some inspiration from that, but it feels like they had Stark as his father figure rather than Ben.
That's very true.
That's the problem I had with the movies is that he was too reliant on Stark for a father figure when
should have been Uncle Ben.
To me, after seeing this film, it feels like because we missed the origin story. I feel like these 3 films are his origin story. Like together they make one big origin story and that beginning. And now he's whatever he goes on to do, Spider-Man. But now he's who he knows who he's gonna be. He's 100% sure.
And like that's the thing, like because you can bring in a bunch of cameos for this film, and you can get a lot of like fan service that really does nothing to move on the story plot. But everything that they inserted had a reason, and then the ending was so compelling for me because like that's the ultimate choice. And keep in mind, everyone. All of this was because they wanted to go to MIT. All of this shit show that happened for this 2.5 hours.
And it was never for sure they were going to get in either. She's like, I'll talk to him.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But let's talk about that introduction of Doc Ock at the very start.
Hello, Peter.
And the Spidey sense. They used it. My number one complaint. I complain about it every one.
We just talked about it last week, Cash, with Spider-Man 1 and 2. We're like, why doesn't Tom Holland have the Spidey sense?
Feige was listening, and we know he listens.
Oh, yeah, he listens to this podcast.
He listens to anything that mentions his name.
Yep. He's a bit of a narcissist. That's what I've heard.
It's Feige Productions now. Yeah, and everything. But he listened in because they used the Spidey sense hard in this one. When he was first sensing Doc Ock coming on the bridge, I thought that was so fucking
It didn't feel like Spidey sense to me because where are the flashing neon lights like in the 90s show if you've watched that
it's not a comic book in this one.
I know. That would have been sweet, though. That would have been sweet.
But yeah, I love that introduction to Doc Ock. He comes in hard, and I love... They of course de-aged Alfred Molina in this one.
It looked excellent.
It looked pretty good. He looked a little smooth to me, of course, that's what it looks like when you de-age, but he's just
fantastic.
Amazing.
I liked him better than Willem Dafoe, honestly.
Oh, not me.
See, that's the thing. Willem Dafoe in this film, Willem Dafoe is so fucking good as the Green Goblin. As Norman,
they were so smart of having him be the main. I mean, they just knew. They knew who is the best Spider-Man villain the whole time. Bring Dafoe in, and we were so worried we were never even going to see his face.
No, because they didn't even hint it in the
second
trailers.
build in this fucking thing. He is the main bad guy,
antagonist,
and he goes back. They give him the original OG Green Goblin look with the hood and the purple and the green.
And I love that he initially smashed his helmet right away.
Because that was a newer looking helmet too. A little angry, but we barely got it, but smashed it. And then those fight scenes with him.
Awesome.
He's
so old. How is he able to do this?
But he's the exact same shape. He's that wiry, skinny, fucking muscle on bone, man. He gets up and goes, and he is terrifying. When he's throwing Spider-Man in that apartment building, my favorite fight scene of the whole thing. Oh, he's going for the kill. Willem Dafoe.
He is.
I would not want to act
with Willem Dafoe. It would scare me. I'm like, are you acting?
But he is, and it looks, doing all of his stunts. That was his one. Everyone in it came with stipulation. All the new guys came in with Alfred Molina, and his one thing was like, you got to let me do the stunts again. Yeah. Even though he's fucking 70.
Bro, that's just Willem Dafoe, man. You know he loves
does not want to fake anything.
No, he doesn't. He loves it, and like you got to appreciate that. But let's talk about this a little bit. Obviously, with Doc Ock coming back, I love the character development of not only Doc Ock but also Green Goblin, and the performances of Willem Dafoe as well. To go from Norman Osborn, oh Peter, how's it going? Everything's okay.
It was all a ruse,
and then to turn to the Green Goblin, and it's just perfect.
He does.
He's great.
And they were so smart with the writing because they kept his exact same kind of character flaws and his motivation, especially with the
dual identity thing.
And the choice. He always, even from the original, he always gave Spider-Man the choice. Yep. And he gave him the same one this time with the whole AMA thing. And it's like, he's still the same fucking guy.
He's still the same guy. Nothing's going to change.
I don't know why you thought you could trust that guy. But yeah.
All because of Peter's trusting attitude towards them all.
That's how I
could save them. I swear.
I like the idea though, because that's something a hero never attempts to do. They just beat the shit out of them,
right? And then either imprison them or kill them.
If you're Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, you kill him.
You do. You get the mask ripped first off, and then you dodge out of the way, and they somehow die.
There's no Arkham here. He's like, we just got to put these guys away. I'm gonna do the job.
Curry your service.
Tobey Maguire. Dude. He fit right. Every one of these Spider-Man has something different to the role, but Tobey Maguire got that dorkiness, that nerdiness of Spider-Man.
The everyman kind of archetype.
Better than anyone else, for sure. He's such a dweeb.
He is.
But then once he puts on the suit, he becomes a badass. Yeah.
Well, that was a great thing, too. There were so many really funny moments with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. And I felt like they really let these characters flesh it out, you know, being in this new alternate universe and kind of like coming to terms with the fact that there's other Spider-Man, but also being not father figures, but being like someone that you hold in high regard to give you, you know, the same experiences they went through, because you had Gwen from Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man where he couldn't save her,
And then
his
he made up for
MJ.
it.
And then made up for
that
it.
was-
That was beautiful.
Well, like exactly what you're saying. The dialogue between the three Spider-Mans was so good. It was so well written. You felt like for the first time they were able to talk to someone that actually understood what they're going for. Never could they talk to anyone.
And it was kind of meta in some ways.
Of course, when you're breaking multiple universes, it is the definition of meta. Yeah.
But not just on the aspect of like Peter Parker and the different Spider-Mans, but also kind of cathartic for the three actors all playing Spider-Man, kind of coming together in one film, playing Spider-Man.
Because they've all have had rough runs with the role. You know, Tobey Maguire, he
wasn't cast for a while. People would have refused to cast him.
And then he wanted out of their second one. They went back to the third one, and people hated the third one.
He had the opportunity of getting out of the third one after he broke his back, and Jake Gyllenhaal was going to fucking replace him.
Yes, he was.
That was after the second one. Yeah. But and they always do the joke now of him with having a hurt back.
My back.
That's
it's
always
so funny, dude. They lean right in.
That's my favorite joke of that second one too. When he falls from the roof, my back.
When then he's like leaning over, he's like, "Do you want me to pop your back? Do you want me to pop your back?"
Yeah, the nice little inferences were fantastic. I enjoyed them. I want to bring up something, guys. J. Jonah Jameson. I loved him in this movie. I mean, he was a little.
The development of having him turn from a tabloid into an Alex Jones.
Alex
Jones, yeah.
And you know that's what they were going for.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was so
You knew
funny.
that's exactly the line, because it even had the same like InfoWars, but it's like the Daily Bugle
and
logo.
he was in like a basement.
Yeah.
But him pushing the supplements, I laughed.
It was so
It was
funny.
hard.
nice
I
Alex
know.
Jones PJW.
It was just them,
inference there.
perfect them adapting like to modern times.
Modern times,
exactly.
yeah, absolutely.
It's tabloids.
Yeah.
Who reads a tabloid anymore?
No one reads those. Give me a break.
But I really wanted Tobey Maguire to somehow see J. Jonah Jameson and like reference him at some point in the universe and be like, hey, they must be the same everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. See, that would have been nice. I think that was the only thing missing from this film.
But they had to
is
put so
have-
much in there.
I know, but to just have one funny moment where all three Spider-Mans are swinging in the city and they're like, hey, that's the same guy. That's Jameson from our universe as well. But
I liked even the dialogue about the web shooters, which is something
Organic web shooters.
people have always talked about and
Yep.
have debated about. I really like that they even added a little bit of that just to them talk about it. He's like, do they shoot webs out of any other part of your body? What are talking about?
and then he gets webbed in the face. He's like, oh, gross.
Club shot.
Sorry.
I was saving that for my wife.
It's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, saving that one.
But yeah, I got to talk about Andrew Garfield in this one, man. He got so shit on, people saying how shitty of a Spider-Man went. This confirms to me that it wasn't a shitty Spider-Man, it was shitty writing.
That's
he
literally
is-
what I brought up with Braden before this podcast started.
Because he is great. He brings a whole nother something to that Spider-Man role, a funny, more wisecracking Spider-Man, which is a combination of all of what Spider-Man is in the comic books. But he was so great. And his Gwen Stacy side arc was amazing. Him crying when he caught MJ.
That monologue he gives to Peter Parker, which is the Tom Holland Peter Parker, right? That speech was that acting, I literally said it out loud in the theater. I said, Andrew Garfield is so good.
Well, he's arguably one of the best.
He's such a
Spider-Man of
phenomenal
acting,
actor.
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
He's gotten
so
only
good.
better and better throughout the years. But yeah,
I mean, we just reviewed Tick, Tick, Boom. He did a great job in that as well.
phenomenal in that. Yeah. But yeah, I loved his arc and kind of closing that loop. I mean, obviously, he's never going to be that Spider-Man again.
No.
Probably for the better, honestly.
But Tobey Maguire, we're leaving that door wide open for the.
Dude.
I was really scared. Remember, we all know that he gets hurt in this one. I was scared they were gonna.
For a minute, I was
That's what I thought.
I was
too.
pissing myself as
Yeah,
well.
I'm like,
I
hey,
was
let's
like,
not close this out.
I know. I want
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire back.
I want an old Batman-esque old man Spider-Man.
Old man
When he's-
Logan.
Exactly when he's desperate but I mean, he's living such a great life. Like, they kind of hinted at that him and MJ actually got together and maybe a family and stuff. Spidey kids.
Spidey kids. What the fuck are they doing?
Half mutant spider children climbing around. Yeah.
Just chaos. Could you imagine that
There's
house?
Dr. Octopus in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, grabbing all these Spidey kids.
But can we talk about, man, they threw everything in this one. Daredevil.
Murdoch, yeah, I was like, what? The theater erupted.
Not my theater, not a sus.
Not my theater. Well, my theater had a little bit of an
Except
eruption.
for me, I'm like, no one even recognized him.
Joey
That's so
recognized him.
frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, as soon as he showed up,
How
I
could
was
you
like,
not?
Are we going to bring back Daredevil?
Are we
Is
gonna-
Disney going to sign him? Because he's a phenomenal Daredevil.
That confirms that he is in that universe now.
Yeah.
So I know Vincent D'Onofrio, who has been championing himself, of course, for Kingpin. He tweeted out a big congratulations because it pretty much confirms down that Kingpin is also in the universe.
Yep.
So I love Daredevil.
It'd be interesting to see a Spider-Man Daredevil crossover because they both share the Kingpin as a villain, I believe.
Oh, and they're always in the cartoons and the comic books
Yeah,
together.
Kingpin was the
constantly.
villain of the 90s show.
Because, yeah, he's in Queens, and then Daredevil's in Hell's Kitchen, which is boroughs, of New York. They got to run into each other every now and then. How
Yeah,
that not? It's not that big of an island. But, yeah, man, it was I got to say, even better than I thought it was going to be. Even the Doctor Strange stuff was so fucking cool.
It was cool.
Them opening up the multiverse and having all the villains. I was trying to recognize some of the
Everyone that you
silhouettes.
could,
But
there's so many.
I thought maybe we were going to get an instance of them coming through. And then we're like, but they got to save all those villains.
Of course, yeah.
They gotta
There's
have their
so
own
many
movies.
more to do.
Yeah.
Well, and then when you do those little Easter eggs, it sets up films down the road, too, that you can do.
Oh, yeah. The million more films for Sony to butcher and destroy. Yeah. The only reason that these are successful is because Marvel produces them. But
Yeah.
Sony's got nothing to do with them
A
besides
lot of the
to give them the
cameos
rights.
would just be advertisements for more movies.
Yeah. That's exactly what I've thought through that fucking Morbius.
It's
trailer.
all product
They're already
placement.
setting up like other movies.
Yeah.
With like the Vulture being in the trailer and stuff. Man, hey, we should talk, Doc, or whatever he said. Like, I don't want it.
The Vulture, he didn't even appear in the movie. I was expecting at least he'd hear that Parker was in fact Spider-Man. Kind of, man.
Yeah, I thought maybe we were going to get one villain from Tom Holland, but trust me, I'm good with that. Yeah. Because I wanted more time with my Defoe. Okay.
Yeah, Defoe and Alfred, man, Molina. I was so happy to see them, and not just because honestly, I thought it was only going to be like a minute or two, kind of like the Ghostbusters cameo.
No.
But it was throughout the film, and like Alfred Molina or Doc Ock, I should say, actually ended up helping Spider-Man because obviously the chip got
He had the
fixed.
simplest cure of all time.
Yeah.
Replace that chip.
Just replace the chip. That's
So
literally all you got to
simple.
do.
The doctor should have done that instead of trying to take his arms off of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just so simple. And he immediately was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm cool now." Yeah, but I love his introduction to how bad he wanted to kill Spider-Man. Tom Holland's like, even when he got close to him, he was trying to reach out because he wanted the power of the sun in the palm of his hand.
That he mentioned like 4 or 5 times later down the
because
line.
it's a meme.
Yeah, it's a meme. Yeah.
But I thought even Jamie Foxx as Electro, I thought even that was awesome.
Yeah.
He kind of was a main villain as well. And they didn't make him blue, which was his stipulation to be in this, was like, I will not be fucking blue in this one. And they went back to kind of a classic form of the Electro. Yeah. I like every time he shocked, you saw like a little
mask.
Electro
The
mask. It was
mask.
so cool. Because that mask looks so stupid in the comic books. It's like a giant, like, paper mache lightning
You could
bolt.
you could flatten it a little bit and it'll look a little better.
Yeah, but it was cool that you just saw it for an instance of it flash in front of his face. Oh, so cool. And he's such a powerful villain too. Like,
Yeah.
he was great.
Well, and that's something all those characters kind of had in common was they're not necessarily bad people. You know, look at Norman Osborn, obviously dealing with the chemical that made, or the dose that made him dual personalities. Look at Doc Ock, the chip broke, so now the arms control him. You know, with Electro, like Jamie Foxx character, he was dealing with having so much power that he didn't want to give it away.
I love the ongoing joke of Jamie Foxx being like, fell in a pit of eels. They're like, that will do it.
That'll do it. Yeah. Because he fell, Sandman fell in like
a nuclear reactor or something. Oh,
yeah.
particle accelerator, I believe. He's like, yeah, man, you got to watch where you fall.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx's comedy really worked for me in this one. He's very funny.
That's the thing. The writing was so good for this. Even like those small little jokes, they all landed for me. Like I had a lot of fun with this movie.
Yeah, they didn't. All the characters felt uniquely their own too. You know, nothing except for maybe Lizard and Sandman.
Yeah.
Who I thought was weird that they never were going to show Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman. I thought maybe they're never going to show.
That disappointed me greatly.
It kind of has to be disappointing for him.
Well, they
He's
showed
barely
him the
in-
last like 20
but he's barely in the
seconds.
movie at all. I don't know. Maybe he's aged not so well.
Maybe not.
And like, because even his final form kind of seemed a little CGI to me, but yeah, overall, I can't wait. I mean, I don't know if this is the end of phase 1 of phase 4 or whatever or what.
Phase 4, I think.
Yeah, but is this the first part of that, the first 25% like they did?
I think so, yeah.
Or because I can't wait to go even further because now it's just fucking wide open. You can do anything.
We have the Doctor Strange film coming out. When is that set to release? Is that next year or is that this year?
It's next year. It's not coming out in a couple weeks. We only have 2 weeks left of this year.
Okay, smartass. I mean, in 2022 is it coming out?
Oh,
That's what I mean.
I think it might be the next Marvel film to be released.
Yeah. I don't remember the.
And we said it before, but Sam Raimi must be so happy to see his characters that he brought to life come to life one more time.
Yeah. May 6th, 2022.
Yeah, I feel like that might be the next one to come out.
Yeah, I think it is.
Is there any? I'm trying to think. I don't know. Just
So-
TV shows.
What do you think, estimate-wise? Do you think this breaks $1 billion at the box office?
Oh, that is a tough question. Because nowadays they say a movie might not ever break $1 billion at the box office again with what streaming is and whatnot. But if any film is going to do it, I feel like it's going to be this one. I don't know. We'll have to see. There's, again, so much stuff coming out, too. Matrix is coming out.
Yep.
That's going to hurt the Spider-Man box office.
At the end of the year, yeah.
But if this film came out during a regular year with no COVID, no anything going on, it breaks $1 billion in my mind. But it really depends on how quickly they're going to get it on streaming services. Disney Plus, I don't know. You think they're going to keep this one in the theaters for a while?
I would think.
Because like you said, I went to Regal. I think they have 12 screens. I think 8 of them were playing Spider-Man. Yeah, so I mean, they want people to see.
They were prepared.
Oh yeah, exactly. There was a showing every half hour. There was a Spider-Man showing. Jeez. Like you couldn't miss it. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's at 587 million worldwide.
I think it'll top $1 billion by the time its theatrical release
Ends.
Its run is over. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to. I mean, but yeah, I don't know. It ends in a crazy way too.
It does. So yeah, let's talk about the ending here. Again, another powerful, emotional scene between Tom Holland's Peter Parker and MJ, which is different. Zendaya.
What's her name in this?
Watson.
Mary
not
Jones.
Watson. Yeah,
Mary
something
Jones
like that.
or something like
It's
that.
not Mary.
Yeah, it's not Mary.
It's like Michelle.
Michelle, yeah.
But nonetheless, like that was really hard for Tom Holland's character, because everyone forgot who he was. I also like the scene, he shows up to the coffee shop.
She's
he
the
sees
little
her.
tiniest paper cut. He's like, I can't do it to her again. Been through too much.
She got hurt. She might need
Barely
butterfly
got hurt.
stitches.
I don't even know where she got the cut. I mean, we never showed. She might have got it on the way home, but
So he bailed on her. He said, you know what? I'm single now. She don't remember me. And then he goes, obviously to Aunt May's tomb.
Where Happy is.
Yeah, and Happy's there.
Tombstone.
They
They didn't give her a tomb. That'd be pretty great.
Just mummified her in case she comes back.
Yeah, poor Happy Hogan.
Yeah.
Not so happy. They're gonna have to change that name eventually.
Sad Hogan.
Sadie
Hogan, yeah.
Hogan. Yeah.
Sadie Hogan.
I'm honestly digging the new suit that he gets in the ending. It's like a fusion. It looks more comic accurate, but if you look close enough at the symbol, it looks like the symbol from like the first Spider-Man film.
Because I can't stand the Avenger Spider-Man suit. I hate it. The nano suit. Oh my god.
It showed that he was basically Stark's bitch.
Well, it does not look good to me. Just the fake kind of shiny CGI metal. It does not look good. I think Andrew Garfield has the best looking original Spider-Man suit.
Then Tom Holland's suit at the end, that sparkly little
That's
suit.
what he's talking about. I mean, I think. And we got the black and gold suit in this one too, which was pretty fucking cool when he fought Electro. But his new suit looked awesome though. Definitely.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the post-credit scene?
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
There was a sixth villain.
There was.
He just got transported to like Mexico.
I'm assuming,
Or
at a
maybe
bar.
even the
Why?
Bahamas.
Why?
Just to set up the new film.
I know,
Because
but why?
Venom's going to cross over and fight Tom Holland. You know that's going to happen.
Well,
But it so didn't make sense because there's definitely a big plot hole in this one. Because every one of the villains they brought knew who Spider-Man was.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Brock has never met Spider-Man.
well,
no.
Well, I think it's
Yeah.
because they mentioned it was something about the symbiotes and how they're conscious of everybody from the multiverses or something like that. I heard that
From the aliens.
well, they didn't
the
explain that
alien
in the
species.
movie.
Yeah,
not
it was like the
very well.
bartender was like, "Hey, guys,
Hey, these
you must be."
symbiotes. Let me tell you.
these fuckers know everyone.
What do they do?
Yeah, so I thought. I mean, it just felt like an excuse just to bring him in because Sony's got to work an angle.
got to set it up.
They got it.
One thing you gotta play nice with Disney and Sony to get the films made.
And then the end credit, it's Eddie Brock in a bar, getting drunk, just trying to figure out the whole multiverse thing.
Mm-hmm.
The bartender's just explaining everything that happened, I guess. There's no snap in Eddie Brock's world. And I honestly didn't know that they were in different universes. But when he goes back to his universe, he leaves a little black. Are they saying that there will be a new Venom?
I sure hope not.
Yeah, it might be a new Venom. It wouldn't be the Tom Hardy Venom. Because if you drop that
That's what it
symbiote,
would have to be,
it would
yeah.
be a new Venom.
I
That's
don't
probably the
understand how
bartender.
He didn't seem like a well-known actor.
No,
so-
he didn't. No.
Yeah, so I don't know about that, but it was just leaving a door open.
Yeah.
You know, they'd have no idea where that's going to go, but that's what Marvel does too.
That's what they do.
So, what do you guys hoping for the next Spider-Man film? I'm honestly,
What's going to
hoping-
happen?
I don't know. I mean, he could restart himself anew. You know what? I mentioned this to Mason before the podcast. It's pretty. It's opinion I have. I'm waiting for Black Cat to come onto the scene.
That'd be cool. Yeah, they Tom Hardy did sign on for more Spider-Man. I think that was just confirmed that.
Yeah,
that he
his
did that.
contract goes on until like 2025 or something.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
that's kind of difficult because they're not. I don't know. It's not clear and cut if it's cameos or just full on movies. But I think he did say that they're going to keep on doing it with Tom Holland.
wanted
there
to,
won't
like,
be a
take-
new Spider-Man.
Yeah, he wanted to like take a break for maybe a year to like start a family or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
what
the
an
most.
idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Who, Tom?
Yeah, waste your
The guy's
time,
like
Tom.
12.
Let me tell you, Tom, you're gonna
Who's he-
hate your kids.
Yep.
Kids are gonna hate you.
They're going to hate you.
The one thing you're gonna want to be going back to is fucking
And
Spider-Man.
who is he going to start a family with? Zendaya? Because isn't that his girlfriend?
I don't know.
It's
I think you're
it's
starting a rumor there,
speculation.
guy.
Speculation.
What? No, I'm pretty sure they were confirmed a relationship.
I think Zendaya and Timothy Chalamet have got something going.
Ooh, they might have it
on.
now. Let's go. He stole her. That dirty dog,
No,
Timothy Chalamet.
I don't know if they're dating. I've never heard that, but yeah, I don't know. Where do they go from? It's gonna be weird.
Oh, they are dating.
Yeah. So this is
no,
from
they were
US,
told not to
Right.
date.
Spider-Man producers reveals they ignored me, so they're still dating.
How weird would that be for a producer to come to me? Hey, you
Hey,
guys,
you guys can't date.
don't fucking date.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
it's bad for our PR.
yeah.
Yeah, so they ignored her and dated anyway. So yeah, no, they're dating right now.
Well, Zendaya will most likely not be in another Spider-Man.
They
No,
got
I
us.
don't
They got.
think so.
I'm waiting for the redhead Mary Jane to come back.
No, it's gonna be Gwen. He's got to find a Gwen Stacy. Mm-hmm. It's what that's always his second in command. I mean, it's got to be Gwen.
Well, or Black Cat, even.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be years before we get another one, though. I'm sure he's gonna cameo. He might cameo in Doctor Strange in the multiverse.
Yeah.
but
Is
I don't know.
Isn't he like outside of Disney's grasp now since they're like changing hands? And they mentioned that he's got to appear in at least one Marvel film with another.
Well, they just redid that Sony Marvel contract. They thought it was gonna be big long talks, but Sony immediately signed up. It was like, hey,
Yeah.
I think we know what we got here. Because remember, what was it, 2019, when they had the big argument and they said, remember for like a week, they're like, he will not be in another Marvel movie. He will not. And then like a week later, they're like, okay,
All right,
we
he's going to
changed
be in
our mind.
another Marvel movie.
Yeah, Venom sucks, so we're going to need that cash cow a little bit more. But it'd be so stupid for Sony to do anything other than that. Yeah. They have not shown that they know what to do with any of these franchises.
They have not
Besides
proven
the
their worth.
original Tobey Maguire.
Right.
Get Raimi back.
Get Raimi. Well, they're doing that
Now
for the,
Marvel has
Yep.
Raimi. Marvel has everyone
Doctor
now.
Strange.
Yeah. We'll see. I really enjoyed it, though. Where does it rank on your Spider-Mans?
That's a great question. Do you
why I
want to
said
go
it.
first, Braden?
Yeah, sure.
Somebody
Single me
so I
out.
can think about
Perfect.
it.
Fantastic. I would probably give it a solid 8.
Which word is your favorite Spider-Man film?
Spider-Man 2. I'm a favoritist towards that movie.
Well, I think I'm going to have the same answer. It's Spider-Man 2. I think maybe this one.
Really?
I don't know.
Really?
This one and Spider-Man 1 are neck and neck for
So
me.
that's how mine goes. So it goes Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, probably.
But here's the thing.
Because we get more Willem Dafoe.
We do get more.
And that's
Willem
where it
Dafoe.
counts.
Yeah, and I almost go back and forth on this one being my second favorite as surpassing the original Spider-Man for one reason and one reason only. Willem Dafoe actually had more of a character development in this one and had more chances, more opportunities as an actor to just go wild with this Green Goblin character. In the acting, the close-ups of him going from, oh, scared little Norman to the Green Goblin.
He fit right back into it, yeah.
Dude. It was awesome.
You would think it was like 2003 because he went right back. Once they're like, okay, Goblin, go. He fit right back into it, for sure. But
so I don't know if this is my second favorite or third favorite. I keep going back and forth. You know what? Benefit of the doubt, all the Spider-Mans together, everything that surrounded this film, second favorite. Wow. I'm going to go there.
I think it's really close for me.
I'd give it number 2, one above the emo scenes in Spider-Man 3, and then Spider-Man 2.
What about you, Kesh?
I think it's, like I said, Spider-Man 2, and then it's Spider-Man 1 and this one really neck and neck.
Yeah.
But it's really, really close.
It was so good, man. The way they put this together.
What do you think, Oscar?
For Willem Dafoe.
No. Best Picture.
Yeah, I think it could. I think it could get a nom. I don't think it would win, but I think it could get a nom.
That would be
sure.
pretty crazy for a...
Superhero film to get one of those.
I mean, that's what's not directed by Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty... I mean, critics, though, love it.
I
don't get how 98% of critics can be, like, amazing and then not get an Oscar.
I know. It doesn't make any sense. It's just a stipulation of...
Third
of
best
it being
opening ever.
Superhero film.
So as a 94% by critics. Don't you think
yeah, but that's like 300 or 400 reviews. Typically that goes, 300, close to 300 reviews. Audience score for this, over 10,000 verified ratings. It is at a 99%. Does not get any better than that.
Did not disappoint, that's for certain.
No, it didn't. It absolutely did not.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. You would think, although the Oscar does not always mean the best film of the year. It rarely does, but.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
All righty. Well, I think that does it. Braden, thank you so much for being
Always.
on the
Yeah,
podcast.
it was
Always.
awesome.
Did you have a good time?
I did have a good time. I can't wait for the Church of MMA as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yes, we also got a Church of MMA podcast. Thanks for doing the plug-in for me. I appreciate that. You guys can find that on the High Side Podcast Network. Anything else you want to say in closing thoughts? Any shout-outs? Anything you want to say?
Please follow me on Instagram at cheap_profit_01. Thank you for having me on, Mason.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Absolutely. Alrighty. Well, that is our review for Spider-Man No Way Home. If you guys like what you've seen here, please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight, Braden Embry Reeves, Cash Krause to my right, and until next time.
Bye.